The Ethereal Synapse was fracturing. Lapis cloud islands, once buoyant and vibrant, drifted into the cold unknown as the void canker began to erase the very concept of existence. Xylanthe, a scribe of the substratum with delicate fractal glass wings, watched in horror as the bridge to Quintessa dissolved into gray smoke. The ocularis crystal, once a brilliant soul amber, dimmed with the weight of Stygian lead. The world was dying in silence. Moravan, the great weaver, appeared suddenly in a burst of dying sparks. He projected a single, desperate vision. The primordial loom, the heart of all things, was failing. It was missing the core pulse of Zephyrus. Without it, the void would claim everything they ever loved. Xylanthe signaled to Krios, a color-shifting phase drake whose scales shimmered like liquid silver. Together, they dove into the interstellar veil, a place where gravity was a suggestion and light was a memory. They reached the gorges of Galatea, where the air grew thick with ether dust that choked the lungs and clouded the mind. Stone statues, remnants of a forgotten age, sang haunting melodies of the coming void. Xylanthe felt the illusions pulling at her thoughts, trying to trap her in a dream of despair. Her wings pulsed a fierce crimson. With a sharp, geometric strike of her glass-edged feathers, she shattered the spectral chains. "We cannot stop here," she whispered to Krios. They pressed on, leaping across the ephemeral Chronos lily petals that floated upon the event horizon lake, each step a gamble against time itself. From the black, oily liquid of the lake, a nightmare appears. A massive null serpent, made of smoke, like a shadow which sometimes shifts into a dragon maw, composed of pure static and forgotten screams, towered over them. Its touch turned the very air into brittle, jagged ice. Krios hissed, his phase-shifting body flickering violently against the shifting creature's aura of non-existence. Xylanthe did not flee. She felt the history of her people vibrating within her marrow. She began to weave a net of iridescent logic, drawing threads directly from her own soul memory. "You are nothing but a shadow," she declared, casting the shimmering web over the beast. The serpent thrashed, its static form clashing with the absolute truth of her magic. Then, in a blinding flash, the monster erupted into a beautiful swarm of luminous moths. The path to the Zephyrus altar was finally clear, but the cost of the magic had left Xylanthe's wings cracked and pale. They reached the Zephyrus altar, but it was empty. The core pulse was nowhere to be found. Xylanthe fell to her knees, despair finally taking hold. But then, Krios stood before her, his metallic skin suddenly blazing with the brilliance of a supernova. "The loom does not need a stone, Xylanthe," he said, his voice echoing like thunder. "It needs a soul. You are the pulse." The realization hit her like a physical blow. She was the missing piece. Without hesitation, Xylanthe stepped onto the cold stone of the altar. She spread her fractal wings one last time, channeling the collective history, the songs, and the dreams of the Vesperi into the ancient machine. A beam of pure ethyl pierced the sky, shattering the failing ocularis into a million miniature suns. The pain was exquisite, a transformation of flesh into light. The void canker withered and died, replaced by fertile soil and new life. Xylanthe emerged from the light, no longer a mere scribe, but the loom mother. Her wings were now invisible sails that spanned the entire horizon, anchoring the floating islands with her unbreakable will. The Synapse entered a new era of hypercolor, a world where every citizen understood that light was not just a gift, but the courage to paint over the dark. The gray smoke of the void was gone, replaced by skies of infinite hue. High above, in the quiet reaches of noon space, a faint, fractal shimmer remains. It is a testament to the fairy who wove the void into eternal beauty, a reminder that even when the world fractures, there are those who will give everything to mend it. Her song continues, vibrating through the very threads of existence, forever protecting the beauty she created.
Thanks for watching.
Leave a comment, like, and subscribe.